Have a very good evening, everybody. Today I thought I'd explore a topic that I haven't done too much of on this channel before, so if you're into Team Fortress 2 stuff, then get recommended my videos, because that's what I've been doing for the last 2.5 months, then I'm sorry this is not your video, because today it's all about Dungeons and Dragons. And it's not about any Dungeons and Dragons subtopic, because there's, oh god, there's so many of them. It's about... you've guessed it, because of the title probably, Kickstarter D&D. There's a lot of things on Kickstarter that are Dungeons and Dragons related. For example, items to buy, like cool dice, or maybe props that you can put on your table, like little trees, or miniatures, or whatever else there is. We don't know yet. I don't know yet. Let's just explore it together, shall we? Let's start off with the Dice Tower. First link in the video description, you can go check it out yourself. It is just a tower, a literal little tower on your table, where you can throw your dice in for maximum randomness. I don't know if that's really so useful. Like, I mean, it looks great, don't get me wrong, and just look at these artworks, and it's all very flashed out. It looks pretty amazing, very dope, very technical drawings, by the way. Looks amazingly designed, but like from a pure practicality, is that English? Probably. Standpoint, I wouldn't recommend this to anyone, because it's useless as fuck. You can just you can roll your dice on the table, or even on the floor. Hell, you could probably roll them on your forehead. You don't need a dice tower for that, but it looks pretty sick. And I suppose it also gets rid of the cheating problem, which some tables might have. I mean, me personally, I never had any problems with people fudging dice at my table, but like, if that is a thing at your table, I guess that gets rid of that, so go for this item if your players all cheat all the time. It has some different artworks that you can choose from, like Cthulhu and just a plain old die or a dragon. You have to choose, by the way. You don't get all of them, you get just one of them. And they also have storage boxes that come in the same design, where you can put your dice in. They are $25 instead of the $50 that the tower costs. They're actually somewhat useful, I'd say. I'd still prefer to just transport them in a small bag, because bags are more D&D like, I think, at least. But like, it is pretty high quality, and I guess the magnets do stick relatively well. They did like a magnet test where they just turned it around and they shaked it just a tad bit, so I guess it would come off still if you were to shake it a lot more than what they did. But like, it's just magnets. What are you expecting? I think for that, it's pretty high quality. And they also sell notepads, $35 each. Now those I don't think are worth it to buy at all, because me personally, I'm a very digital guy. I like to store all my data on my PC. If I have a sheet of paper, you can be sure that thing is lost within like 2 hours, or maybe 3. It depends on like when I take out the trash. I really like the design. Again, it's sleek, it looks good, the wood looks really amazing on these things, but like, I don't like paper, so I can only really recommend this to anyone that likes to keep his stuff on paper, and that also has some money to burn, because you could always just use a note block, like a little sketchbook that is a lot cheaper, something just from the supermarket. I mean, at least in my supermarkets you can buy like little scribbling pads and shit. Like, you don't need this, but it's pretty neat and it looks good. It's just never worth the cost that it actually, like, it's $35. Are you serious, dude? That's insane. That's batshit insane. They also have these coffee holders where you can just put your coffee on there, and like 3 dice, a maximum of 3 dice, I think. That's like not a new invention at all. You can put your coffee on the table. You don't need this thing to put your like drink on the table. It looks good, but that's about it. From practicality standpoints, I would say this whole product is a 0 out of 10. But like, design wise, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. and with the price in mind, I'd give it a total score of 4 out of 10 because it's very expensive, but the materials are pretty neat. So I guess if you have lots and lots of money to burn and you don't care at all and you just want cool designs and details do matter for you, then you should probably get one of these and buy a notepad for $35 or a dice tower for $55. Jesus, I mean, if that's what you want, then I don't really mind. They come in sets. You can like just buy the coasters with the tower or something, or the notepad, whatever you like. I think there's a party set where you like get one for a full table. Everyone gets one of those little drinking pads, and there's one big tower, and everyone I think gets a notepad and all of that. Like, they got some cool sets, but those are so expensive. It's not even funny, and I don't think you save a whole lot when you get a full set. But whatever. Also, shipping will have to be paid for as well, so keep that in mind. Unless you buy an individual set, then they make it free because you already pay so much money that it's basically included already. Kickstarter ends in August 2020, and yeah, if you're into expensive shit that you don't really need, go pay them a visit. It's nicely designed. If, however, you are not just interested in design, but also all the rest aspects that D&D stuff usually has to offer, you should probably go check out Veil of Ruin. Yes, this is a pre-written adventure that also comes with miniatures if you buy them, of course. Like, if you don't pay for them, you don't get them, but like, there is the possibility of buying the minis with this expansion. There's also a hardcover bundle where you get a DM screen and all the little booklets are like hardcovers. However, if you just spend $55, you get the full adventure, you get some 3D models that you can print out should you have a 3D printer or if you know someone that has one, and you get 8 miniatures, if I counted that right. Yes, I think I did. You get all the adventurers, that's 6 adventurers. You get this weird gnome guy, I don't know what that is, and the final boss of sorts. And those things aren't exactly small for miniature standards, and they seem to be of really high quality. This is something I would love to see more expansions do. I love those miniatures. Oh boy, I love them so much. I would spend all my money on it if I didn't have to eat, but I do have to eat, so I can't really do that. There is also some other stuff that they did, of course. There's like new spells and magic items, and I guess there's new classes. That's all in the Golden Age Codex that you saw here real quick. Feats, as you can read here, spells, magic items, yeah, all kinds of stuff. They give you all of that, but I'm not as interested in that as I am in those miniatures. Oh boy, look at them. They're so gorgeous, they're so glorious. I want them, I want them. Please sponsor me. Please, if you sponsor me, I probably get it for free, right? Hit me up. Also, I would tell you what the story is about, but that kinda is already done on their Kickstarter page. They have a really cool video. It's very well edited. Like, holy shit, that probably would take me a week, and I'm relatively experienced. Of course, that assumes that I can steal all the artwork, and I get all the sound effects and the music, and I don't have to composite it myself and shit, because I could never do that, not in 20 years. It's really cool. You should go watch it. It explains what it's all about. If you actually would be interested in that, like, it's about, I can tell you this much, it's about water source that gets corrupted, and people flee to one city that is kind of safe-ish still, but that slowly gets corrupted as well. Everything the corrupted water touches gets mutated and gets weird, and then some heroes embark on the treacherous quest of finding new water to have some hope for humanity, and you are of course those heroes, and just watch the video there. That's about it for this video. If you enjoyed what I did here, and I wouldn't know if anyone actually watches this, do let me know in the comments. Then come back again next time, and if you didn't like it, then drop a dislike, tell me you hate me, and I'll probably never see you again. See you soon? Jesus, I'm so confusing to listen to.